Okay, so part 2, episode 2 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So we pick up where the last episode left off, of course. Obi-Wan is on his way to rescue Princess Leia, who got kidnapped from Alderaan by the gangsters appointed by one of the Inquisitors called Reva. They kidnapped Leia for ransom so Bail Organa could possibly tell them where Obi-Wan is, and also to pretty much overall draw Obi-Wan out, because Reva feels that he'll come for Leia anyway. Obi-Wan has the coordinates to where the ship that the ship that kidnapped Leia lands on the planet Dayu, and that's where he lands on this planet. He took the space bus or plane, the public space bus plane. So Obi-Wan gets there. The tracker, the coordinates, the tracking stops. He doesn't really know where exactly is Leia within the city, but he's on the right planet. So this planet looks like it's a cross between New York City and Las Vegas because it's this planet has a lot of tall buildings, but it's like got a lot of neon lights everywhere. It's lit up like Las Vegas, and nothing but crackheads and bums and criminals all outside. So Obi-Wan is just, he asked somebody, like, hey, somebody kidnapped my daughter. This is just the lie he's putting out there so he can get some information on Leia. Somebody kidnapped my daughter. Can you help me find her? I tracked this plane down, and I don't really know where it is within this city. So this kid comes up to him and says, hey, I know this Jedi, and if you pay me, and I'll take you to go see him, and he can tell you what you need to know. So long story short, Obi-Wan goes to see this guy, and he realizes this guy's not a Jedi, he's a fraud. And he's pretending to be a Jedi, he's just hustling people for their money. So Obi-Wan pretty much, okay, let me save this for my likes. Obi-Wan is just not playing. He pulls out a blaster on his behind. He's like, look, I know you're not a Jedi. Tell me what I need to know. Like this, I'm looking for this ship. And these people, do you know where they are? If you don't tell me, I'm gonna put a, I'm gonna burn a hole in your stomach with this pistol. I ain't playing. I don't even want to be here. I need to find what I need to find and get out of here. So the guy tells him, okay, we'll go to this place. He's scared out of his mind. The guy's name is Hija or something like that. Hija or whatever. The hustler guy, the criminal guy. He tells Obi-Wan, okay, those gangsters are over there. That's some area. That's where you find whatever you're looking for. So anywho, Obi-Wan gets to the area where Leia is. Okay, let me save this for my likes. Okay, he's struggling to beat up the guys, but eventually he beats them up. He gets in, finds a cell block to where Leia is. Leia's freaked out, and he tells her, hey, your dad sent me to pick you up, find you. Leia thinks there's supposed to be this big army that's supposed to come and rescue her. Leia goes with Obi-Wan, and they try to escape. And he tells her, be quiet. If anybody asks you any questions, well, just don't say too much. If anybody asks you any questions, you're my daughter. And Leia, she's like, more like granddaughter. Like, you're old. So they put Reva gets to the planet as well, because the gangsters tell Reva, one of the Inquisitors, hey, we got the princess. Then Reva's like, okay, then I'm pretty sure she's positive that Obi-Wan will come for Princess Leia. She's right. And so that'll make him come out of hiding. So and then the other Inquisitors come, and they again start infighting with each other. the Grand Inquisitor tells her she's out of line. Like, this is not the plan that we had. Like, what are you doing? He tells her, you're no longer an Inquisitor, and what, it's just a lot of back and forth within the Inquisitors. It's really annoying. And she still disobeys the Grand Reva, still disobeys the Grand Inquisitor, and puts out a warrant for Obi-Wan's arrest. So everybody's got this blip on their intercoms, showing a picture of Obi-Wan and saying who he is. Like, if you see him around, turn him in. But, you'll get a reward for him. So everybody's on their intercom looking around for Obi-Wan. And that makes it very dicey because he and Leia are in the city trying to get on the last shuttle out of that planet. And they're while they're trying to do that, they're trying to sneak around. It's very hard because everybody now knows Obi-Wan's face. And Leia sees that, wait a minute, there's a warrant out for your arrest. Like, wait a minute, you told me you were friends with my dad. And Leia gets freaked out because she thinks he's a criminal. But no, everybody's looking for you now. I can't trust you, because Leia's freaked out. She doesn't know who to trust. She doesn't know Obi-Wan. So annoyingly, Leia freaks out and runs away. And Obi-Wan's okay. I'll get, now this is one of my dislikes. I'll get into that later also. So Obi-Wan has to chase Leia around because she's running away from him because she's freaked out. She feels like she can't trust him because she thinks he's a criminal. So at some point, they get up on the rooftops of some of the buildings, and they're running to, Obi-Wan's literally running on the rooftops after Leia. And it gets to a point where some of the people within the city recognize Obi-Wan. They start shooting at Leia and then shooting at Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan's trying to chase Leia. They start shooting at him. And it gets to a point where he has to duck for cover because there's like two buildings, right next to each other. She almost falls, and Obi-Wan saves her with the Force. And then she realizes, oh, because he did that, she can trust him. The hustler guy from the beginning that was pretending to be a Jedi goes to Obi-Wan. He says, hey, there's a warrant out for your arrest. He's like, yeah, man, I really need to get this girl out of here. We need to get out of here. I can't really get to the public, space bus because they're going to turn me in. I need to get out of here. And so he has a chip to activate, or a key or whatever. The hustler guy, Haja, or whatever his name is, Hajib or Haja, he gives it to Obi-Wan. He says, there's a shuttle up there, an empty shuttle that you can turn on, you can activate and drive off out of here. I'll distract them, so you hurry up and get to that shuttle. So he helps out Obi-Wan to escape. So Leia run up there, and they get to the shuttle. Of course, finally, Reva catches up to Obi-Wan and Leia. So Obi-Wan tells Leia, go to the shuttle and wait for me there. I'm going to try and stop this Inquisitor from pretty much jumping on the shuttle with us. So Leia runs to the shuttle. She turns it on and activates it, and she's waiting for Obi-Wan. But he's in like this storage area that's like you go through, but that leads to the shuttle or something like that. And so he's hiding. He's watching Reva, and she's pretty much getting in his head because she knows it's been 10 years and he's disconnected himself from the Force, and he's not as strong as he used to be. She says, he's still alive. Obi-Wan's like, what the heck are you talking about? He says, Anakin. Obi-Wan's like, what? What's she talking about? What's she talking about? He's like, Lord Vader. Yes, Lord Vader, Anakin. He's still alive. And he's like, she was the one that revealed to Obi-Wan who Darth Vader was. And she's like, oh, he's not dead. He's looking for you. It's like, oh man. The Grand Inquisitor comes. Reva and the Grand Inquisitor they get to fighting, they get to arguing, and he's like, "You're out of line," because like, I told you not to put a warrant out for Obi-Wan. We need to follow rules and blah blah. And it gets to the point where Reva just pulls a Kylo Ren, and then the Grand Inquisitor falls down and dies. And then they had their little moment. Obi-Wan got a chance to get away and meet up with Leia and start up the space vacant space shuttle to fly away. And on the shuttle, as Leia and Obi-Wan fly away, Obi-Wan is just in a trance. He's like, "Oh my God, he's still alive. I can't believe this." And then that's the episode. It cuts off. Okay. Here are my overall thoughts and my likes and dislikes. I like that Obi-Wan is playing no games in this. I like that he was ready to kill a dude because he was like, "I don't want to be here. I'm not even supposed to be here. Tell me what I need to know. I'm not playing." And I think he was just more annoyed that this dude was pretending to be a Jedi, and this dude really doesn't know how dangerous that is. I'm talking about the hustler guy that kind of helped him out. He was kind of a sleazy guy at first, but then helped him out later on. He's the guy who gave him the key to get to the vacant shuttle bus thing. I like the fact that Obi-Wan is very street smart. He's just I gotta get in, get out, get in. There's no fanciness. He does a little bit of combat, but he's kind of rusty with it because, again, he hasn't been training for 10 years, and so he gets beat up a little bit, even by the gangsters. He does not use the Force, not much, and he does a lot of pistol shooting and blaster shooting, I should say, and combat, hand-to-hand fighting combat. I really like that because he can't really conjure up his Force powers because he hasn't been using them. It's very by will, by your feelings. And I like the fact that his Force powers really started to come out when he had to really concentrate when Leia was about to fall, when she tried to jump to the other building. She fell between the two buildings. It was hanging on like a clothesline that connected between the buildings, and she couldn't hold on any longer. She let go, and then Obi-Wan was like, yeah, he had to use his Force powers, but he was a little rusty doing it, and he couldn't really stop her instantly and then lift her up back to him. He had to lower her down to the ground, and that's what see, that's the magic of Star Wars, when characters that are so broken, they lose all hope, and then their faith comes back. I really love that. They start to believe in themselves again, because Obi-Wan was like, I don't want to do this, but I gotta help this girl. And he was like, I'm not using my powers because I don't want to be, I just can't, nobody can find me out. They'll find us. And he just risking it all, using his Force powers to save Leia, and then that sort of gave him hope because he cared so much about her. He was willing to risk exposing himself to save her. And because at first Leia did not believe that he was the Jedi Knight, Obi-Wan Kenobi, she didn't believe he was a Jedi until she saw him do it. And that gave her hope, and she believed in him. And that's when she started to trust him, because at first she was like, no, you're a criminal, I don't trust you. No, I can't trust anybody. You're probably just like those people that kidnapped me. But by him using the Force, that gave her faith to believe him, and that give him faith within himself. And I really, really like that. He's starting to build hope, build confidence in himself. I like the interactions between him and Leia. She's so sassy and bossy. And I like that when they were just about to get on the vacant shuttle to get away, Obi-Wan just has a moment and stops and looks at Leia, and just like her behavior being bossy and being a leader. And he just stopped and said, you remind me of someone. You're just like her. And she's like, who? And he just, without saying her name, because he can't tell her who he's talking about, he says, an old friend. And she's like, oh. And he's just like, you're just like her. And she's like, well, what happened to her? And she's like, she died a long time ago. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And it was so heartfelt that Obi-Wan wanted to share, like, you're just like your mom. He wanted to tell Leia that, but he couldn't. And it was just a moment of like, wow, she's just like her mom, but then I can't tell this poor child her mom's gone. It's like, it reminded him of the good old days of him doing missions with Padme and Anakin. It was like, God, man, and that's a slight nod to the Clone Wars, because we didn't see too much of that in the movies, but it was just that thing of her, like, okay, Padme taking over and just being bossy, telling Anakin and Obi-Wan what to do. That just triggered a memory, a positive and a bittersweet, a positive and a negative, a bittersweet memory of her. And it's just like, I just love the emotions that Ewan McGregor conveys as Obi-Wan. Like, he has these moments of sadness, sad memories, and then like heartfelt memories, but it's just so many emotions. I really, really like that. I just like how just cute and adorable they are. Now, here are my dislikes. It's crazy that I do like I just said, I do like the moments between Obi-Wan and Leia, but the running, even in the previous episode, Leia runs so slow. She's like the Energizer Bunny. She has so much energy, but she's not going anywhere. She's just she's trying to run for and they can't catch her. She's so slow. And you mean to tell me y'all can't catch her? At some point, that part where I was saying that she freaks out when there's a warrant out for his arrest, Obi-Wan's arrest, and she thinks he's a criminal. She runs away from Obi-Wan. Is, I guess, because he's so old, he can't run up this little 10-year-old who's going so slow. It's just, I'm like, this is ridiculous. You all can't catch her. It's just, it's at some point, Leia's here, Obi-Wan's right here, and somehow, like right this close, somehow Leia jukes him, and Obi-Wan's like, what? He can't get her. Really? She's running so slow. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Come on now, you guys can catch her. Oh, stop it. You guys can catch her. You can catch her. Stop it. Stop it. This kid needs a stunt double that can actually run, because she's running so slow and they can't catch her. They're like, what, get you? It's so crazy. Anyway, I thought that was kind of silly how she was trying to run away from them, but it's like she's moving so slow and you guys can't catch her. It's really silly. I thought that was kind of goofy. And again, the Inquisitors are so boring. I don't know. But now that we know that Darth Vader sent specifically Reva to hunt down Obi-Wan, and that Reva revealed to Obi-Wan that Anakin is indeed alive, I like that teaser towards the end where you see Anakin in the Bacta tank. He wakes up and it's like, oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. Does that mean we're going to see Darth Vader in the next episode, the third episode? I hope so, because the rest of these Inquisitors suck. They're boring. Yeah. Here's the thing. I like the bits where Reva revealed the stuff with Anakin, but I don't really like her. So I at some point they really need to hurry up and put her with Anakin, because her by herself, she sucks. And the other Inquisitors, ugh, they were so much more interesting in the Rebel series. I don't know. They're kind of whack in the Obi-Wan series, the Inquisitors. In some way, especially the last episode, it's coming off like a Saturday morning cartoon. You know, when you see the bad guy at the end, like Darth Vader. I thought it was cool though, but it sort of feels like a Saturday morning cartoon where it cuts off like, ooh, next Saturday the villain wakes up and he's gonna come and get the the hero to confront the hero. So, and yeah, that was kind of like how it ended, like Saturday morning cartoon. But I didn't mind it. I liked it. That means, I hope that means we get to see Darth Vader. Overall, I'm interested. I'm interested. I like this a heck of a lot better than Boba Fett. I tell you that much. Um, this is definitely a love letter to the prequels, and I'm loving it. Um, I'm loving it so far. I Man, it's as if time never passed. Like, this really feels like this show picked up where episode 3 left off. At least I feel. It's Here's the thing. I noticed something. He's pretty much what Luke is in Last Jedi. But the thing about it is, Obi-Wan still has a heart. And there's a balance to it. Even though he is so reluctant and so broken by not saving his best friend, his so-called, brother. Talking about Anakin Skywalker. He's so hurt because he still thinks that Anakin's dead. Bill Organa has that talk with him like, listen, I know that you're hurting. I know you feel like you let Anakin down, but you know, you can't change the past, but you can change the future. You know what I mean? Do it, at least do it for his daughter. Help her. And I like the fact that him feeling like, well, at least I can do something right. I messed up in the past, but I can do something. He feels he messed up, but at least I can do something in passing. And that was the problem I had with Last Jedi. Luke, it's crazy that Leia is not Obi-Wan's flesh and blood, but even though he was kind of begrudgingly going like, all right, I'll go try and rescue Leia, that's not even his flesh and blood, but he still physically went there to go get Leia and be by her side. Whereas Luke, yeah, he force project himself, but he would have never done that. Luke he would have gone to go help his sister and his friends. That's the problem I have with Last Jedi. And it felt fulfilling for Obi-Wan to do what Luke didn't do in Last Jedi. You know what I mean? Because it's parallel. Obi-Wan, this version of Obi-Wan, this broken Obi-Wan, is the same as a broken Luke Skywalker, how he was in Last Jedi, but at least Obi-Wan still has a heart and he cares about his friends. You know what I'm saying? Even though he doesn't really want to do it, he's doing it anyways because he cares. And it's just crazy that they dropped the ball with Luke on that. That's why that all that stuff in Last Jedi. I'm sorry, it's not justified. It's not. It's not. And I feel like we were cheated. I love Obi-Wan. He's still a broken man, but he still tries. He's still trying. Ewan McGregor is acting his butt off. He's so good, and I hope that with Deborah Chow, Hayden Christensen, I like Hayden. I think he was a perfect Anakin, but some of the direction choices by George Lucas, I'm like, all right. It's just a situation of, with the prequel movies, don't shoot the messenger. I like the prequels, but it's just a lot of crazy stuff that didn't make sense happen in those movies. But I find them entertaining. I can find some entertainment with it. I get the overall story of what George Lucas was trying to tell, but he didn't do it very well. And again, I sound like a broken record. The Clone Wars series really save and flesh out these characters. They save those movies. That animated series saves the prequel series. I can't wait for episode 3. I recommend, this is a must-see. You should watch this. 2 episodes that have been released by Disney Plus. You should watch these episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the miniseries. And what are your thoughts of the series so far? I like it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Please comment and uh, please subscribe. And thank you for watching the Pearlie Eye Review.